Okay, am I here? Am I not? What's the audio like? Can you hear anything? Alrighty. So I don't know if there's anyone out there or not. So let's have a look around. So this is the studio, pretty much. We got all my effects, my guitar backline, bass backline, monitoring, recording equipment. So I'm going to get this going while I'm talking. I'm sorry, I don't know what the audio's like. I'm really sorry about that. It is dreadfully difficult at the moment to actually do live videos. I haven't got a camera or a tablet or anything. This is the little camera on the laptop that I use for doing all the social media, and as you can tell, the audio. So let me just read this comment. Hey Jim, can you hear me, brother? Can you hear me all right? What's the sound? So yeah, this is the setup. I got this tube streamer. This is the latest thing I bought. I got it a couple of weeks ago for 20 quid, brand new, and it's a tube streamer clone. If you go to JHS, who makes the most wicked boutique pedals, if you go to his channel, he demonstrates that against a old Ibanez Black Label, and there's no difference. That's why I got it. I honestly couldn't really afford a decent tube screamer. It's something I've wanted for ages. It goes together really well with the Marshall. If you have the Marshall at sort of like a lower Bon Jovi distortion, and you want to kick it up to Metallica, you have a tube screamer. You hit that wallop. In theory, you get like a massive sound, hard clipper and a soft clipper. It does a weird thing, but I couldn't afford a decent tube screamer, and I thought a cheap one ain't going to do it. But then I saw this demo by Josh at JHS, and he showed this thing, 20 quid, and it fucking sounds thick as fuck. It's brilliant. Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, so you can hear me all right. Okay, I'm going to play you a bit of something I've been recording. While I'm doing that, I'm just going to show off a few guitars. This is for Ian, if you're watching, Ian. Telecasters that this chap Ian made me buy. He was like, you have to buy Telecasters. So it's a very rough demo of the track. I've got to take a minute. Speaker compression there. That's a simulator. Alrighty, so that was called Thresher Decay Bloom, and that is a very, very plain Jane like demo recording of the track. It's one guitar, but I've got it to sound thick and fat because it's recorded in stereo. There's actually quite a lot going on, and believe it or not, that is all amp simulation, speaker simulation, and you know, all the distortion, everything comes from the little Vox box, the little Stomp Lab 2G. I mean, it's the best 80 quid I've ever spent, possibly. Jim, this is my Les Paul alike. Look, it's a fixed neck. It's a set neck. Now, this gave it away. I thought it was a Stag for ages, but it's not. Nobody really knows what it is, but it's something out of China or something like that. But it's a proper thick body. It's got a lush fucking weight. It plays gorgeous. It sings. Anyway, you'll find out for yourself. It even has a couple of hotspots. In fact, I'll demonstrate them right now. Okay, so, but yeah, the bit of that track, which I'm really proud of, in fact, so much so I'll just put it on again, is it's the intro, the clean guitar intro, which, Ian, was done with the guitar in this studio that sounds best clean, which is that first Telecaster that I got. It's only an Axel. I only paid like 70 odd quid for it, and it's wonderful. It does the job. Again, I think Axel are only Chinese or whatever, but they're run by a musician apparently, and the quality is there. The quality control apparently is there. This other thing is a Stag. I paid 100 quid for this. I saw Jojo Duplantier from like Gajira, and I got really fascinated with that Gajira thing. And he has a Telecaster with like, you know, a Gibson style bridge and two humbuckers. So this thing comes with like Invader copies. But you know what? They sound just like I remember like Invader sounding. Not good for everything. Horrible clean, wonderful heavy. Don't get much break angle with this. You know, guitars like this were never meant to have bridges like that. It's interesting, but I've got to do some noodling about to make that work. But fuck me, this guitar is really heavy. That, what you just heard, was recorded on this, actually. Yeah, with stuff that's like, you know, anything power chords, any proper heavy metal, this is the go-to guitar. So, funnily enough, best guitar for clean, black telly. Best guitar for dirty, orange telly. So, yeah, Jim, like, I got that Les Paul, and I play that a lot. I mean, these are still the two Capital guitars, the F-types. They're wonderful. They were being played all the time. They're both sat with a snap string each at the moment, unfortunately. And it's like I get paid in a couple of days. I'll be able to do something then. I've still got the Strat. That is the most versatile guitar of the lot by far, and undoubtedly sounds the best, actually, believe it or not. But yeah, so this thresh, yeah, this does it all. I'll play this in a minute for you, and it's going beautifully green. I don't know if you can see, but where I've took the poker chip off, you can see where the silver, and now it's going green in just the right way. It's just a shame they didn't do the burst in the right shape, but not that I give a monkey's. Oh, I've got to slow down a minute. I do apologise. Let me read some of your comments. But yeah, the track, the clean sound in this track, I'm really proud of it. It's the sound I don't get the chance to use very much, called the Univibe. So there's a phaser going on, a Univibe, bit of reverb, and that's recorded in stereo on 2 tracks. I'll just run that along again so you can hear it again, and have a swig of tea and slow down. What do you think of that? I'm actually really proud of that. Cure. Listen to this note, how it pops into the upper octave. Yeah, very scruffy. Like I say, it's an early demo. Yeah, listen to how this just flies up into the upper octave. It's really mad. One time it doesn't do it, I'm showing some. How cool is that? Now that, I love the woman tone. I'll get rid of the reverb on that. And I'm going to go to my favourite sound. This is like, I've emulated the sound of a tube screamer really driving a bassman. But that's what I've modelled, whether it is or not. But I like the sound. And here it is. I'm doing the woman tone, you know, the Eric Clapton woman tone. There you go. Wow! It just does it on that one note. There's one other place that it does it, and it's here. So let's check that out. I mean, what do you think of that? So I love this guitar. Like, there's nothing on earth that will persuade me that's bad. Like, the neck is beautifully sort of fat, right? The only thing that's like off, I mean, it's not like a Les Paul exactly, but it's like it's some kind of mahogany alike. It has got like a maple alike top, a mahogany alike neck. So the neck and the lower part of the body is the same material. No volute, so, you know, traditional to the crap Gibson design. I actually think the headstock's been off because this guitar's got overspray. It's like they got rid of all the dinks by overspraying, and I've managed to get nearly all the overspray off. Okay, but like there are places, let's see if I can see that reflection. You can see the overspray, and the stuff underneath that's shinier is the original finish. Now I've gone over it. I've got rid of like the overspray everywhere. They either had this headstock spin off, but I can't find a convincing like break point, and it's not something that bothers me. I have to point out, just as long as it stays where it's supposed to be now. I don't care what happened before. It's what it sounds like today. I don't care. I mean, but yeah, I mean, it's solid. It's all holding together. Stays in tune beautifully. Loves the 10 to 52s, and it's a wonderful guitar. I play it all the time. The pickups are miserable. They are shit. Absolute dog poop. Okay, bit of LX tape, not even screws. You know, the 2 slug coils. They're the worst. And it sounds blistering. You know, go from that woman tone up to a proper driving growling tone. Okay, so we go from moan to bite. Probably should have tuned it before I demoed it, but you get the idea. So yeah, you can see I can't get off of that. So a few sounds that I've programmed myself. This is my sort of like, I mean, this is Iron Maiden. Oh, I've got to do that. That'll do. This is a more heavy sound, like a proper heavy sound. This is also a proper heavier sound, but this is more like a sort of New York industrial. Randall sort of sound. This is a sound you'll all find horrible. This is meant to sit in a mix. This is really the Blacktooth Fox black as night sound. Yep. Now this next one, I just broke. Now this is also meant to be like the earlier sound, the one I said, a tube screamer into a basement. This is kind of the same thing, but right. This is the tube screamer into a basement. Yeah. Before we go on. So yeah, this next one is essentially the same thing, but with like a really highly compressed 4x12, you know, like the ultra modern metal sound, but with that sort of like Fender-esque tube amp being driven to death by a tube screamer. And I'm not sure whether it's successful or not. I'll let you be the judge. I'll tell you what, hold up. Sorry about that. I've done it again. So yeah, anyway, you get the idea. Yeah, so you know, I'm putting patches into that little box, directly recording Stranger there, because as you heard at the end of that track, the Thresher track, like at the speaker, the speaker compression, as it, you know, it's just like when you're operating a speaker cab. The technology has come on so much. I mean, when I first come across modeling, would have been like the late 90s, it would have been Line 6, and it wasn't any good, you know, it was just rubbish. And now it's really easy to get sounds that you like. Even with cheap gear, that's as cheap as it gets, 80 bloody quid. And, you know, I had to dig into it a little bit, but the capability is there, inherent in the machine. If you use your ears, you can get a sound that you like out of it, and that's the most important thing, is you being happy. You know, whatever it takes to get you to put time on the fretboard to do that. You know, I'm happy with the amount of time I'm putting in. I'm on the edge of doing, like, I'm in the sweet spot. You know, if I did any more, it'd be too much. You know, you could be detrimental with too much. And I'm in that sweet spot. I mean, I couldn't be happier. I'm like writing new material. I'm not playing myself into a corner. That's something I'm watchful for, because that's easy to do. And it's like, and frankly, you know, I'm at a really shallow level. It's like, you know, every month I'm getting used to that thing of being paid every month, and every month, you know, buying new stuff for the studio, new toys. And that, you know, like that orange guitar, you know, for like 2 weeks, like every time I woke up, oh, I really want to go and pick that up. And I'm in that metal place, as you can tell. So it's like it's just so much fun. I'm totally in the metal place. Because the acoustic stuff's nailed down. You know, I've got a good CD's worth length stuff of that. And you know, before I pull the trigger on recording it, what I really want to do is blend it all together. I want it all in there as one, and without it seeming like completely all over the place. You know, all the time I'm trying to blend more in my songwriting, you know, the various styles of guitar playing that I do. I mean, it's like none of that Pink Floyd digital delay stuff's in there. I've got to get it in there. I've made sure that the tempos that I record at are actually tempos that I can easily put delay alongside it. And the thing is, I can always take stuff out. This is totally non-destructive editing. I can't speak highly enough of this machine. I mean, bless it. It's you know, what you heard would have been a real like job on a cassette 4-track, which is, you know, what this would have been. It's what it was years ago. You know, now like, I mean, it almost sounds like a real studio. If I you know, put some effort in, you know, I'm not putting much effort into the sound of that. It's very much a demo. I mean, you've got like levels of sound quality you can record at, and I record at the lowest one for storage space. You know, it's like, but I mean, I deleted a load of stuff the other day just because there was no point to it. Like, it wasn't any good. It wasn't anything I was going to use. And I know that sounds bad, but it was nothing I was going to use. So, okay, so you can see there, right? Okay, so I'm in the guitar. That goes into effects units or whatever. And then I'm here. And this is a channel selector. So right this moment, by turning it off, you know, by hitting the channel, that's a kill switch. Okay, so the guitar is muted, which is great for if I'm doing switches and stuff like that. All right, now that channel A goes into this Fender Champ, a Champion 110, which I'm delighted to find is now like a sought after item on on the internet. Like, they're getting proper money. Because it's getting some age to it now. The reverb system is sweet. It sounds great on its own without the Vox thing, right? So it's going into that. Down here is my Deluxe 112, which is, you know, a really good transistor amp. Such a good, it's such a good platform for the pedals that I use. And so, you know, I like a sound that's really big and fat and thick, but it's hard to get those sounds to cut through the mix live, okay? First and foremost, I'm a live player. I'm not like most of these YouTube bedroom players that never get out. And, you know, I come from that live place, and it's like the complications are at the top of my mind. It's easy in here, okay? But yeah, the 112, although it's only small, it's only like it's a 1x12. But that's got enough volume to cover a drum kit acoustically. It's got enough volume to do a pub gig. And it's a wonderful platform for stupidly heavy pedals like this. You know, now that's my actual settings, okay, right? The distortion is on, the gain is on minimum, and it's still, I'd like to get it down just a shade more. But it's really, when you get a really, really powerful high gain pedal, like the most powerful ones, and you wind it all the way back, you know, how dynamic it gets. It's wonderful. It's better than having, it's better than, say, even, you know, this original Governor, very sought after bit of kit. Love this. It's better than having this wound all the way up. This is wonderful. Believe it or not, having my most expensive pedal with my most cheap one is making the most sense. It's like, you know, this is set at Bon Jovi, and then when I want Metallica, it's like I hit that. And I don't often use two-stage, you know, gain. I find it a bit sort of too much. It doesn't have, it's just a wall of sound. And I like something more dynamic than that. I love a wall of sound, but I like to be able to do stuff with it more. So yeah, that's basically the root of my, you know, my sound. Another, you know, so The Super Champ has been revalved, but something's off, and I'm not, it just sounds very muddy. It works, but it sounds very muddy to me compared to what it should do. So I'm getting that looked at. But another great amp, and something else. This is the secret weapon up my sleeve, because somehow, although I spend nothing, I seem to, get good kit. Right, even though it's crap, it's great. I don't know how I do. I manage it. I squeeze. It's unlucky. But the secret weapon here is voice 16, which is specifically for like an electroacoustic, piezo pickup or one of those sound hole pickups like my Spunkum Seymour Duncan. It sounds incredible. So you've got Class A all valve electroacoustic sound. It is so good. Nothing sounds better. I mean, I am not joking. A contemporaneous pickup system to go with that. Anything, right? Anything. As long as it's not terrible, right? As long as it's workable, it just sounds immense. So that's the secret weapon there. And I also use the 110 at gigs and gets like a stereo sound. But the little one, the Champ 110 at the top, is nowhere near as loud as the Super Champ. But so yeah, 3 great amps. The bass amp, 15 quid. I give Mandy a tenner to drive us there and get it, because it was Southampton. Dude on a Facebook selling group, I'll give him 20 quid. Although, he clearly wasn't poor. But yeah, no logo one. But it's, what is it, an R4? That is a wicked bass amp. I've got snap bass strings, otherwise I'll show you. But yeah, it's brilliant. Does the job, and it's got a line out. Although I'm so impressed with the little Vox box that I'm probably going to get the bass version. Anyway, yeah, that Les Paul, Jim, that's right up your street. You should come up here and have a jam on it. But just for Ian, I'm going to play the Black Telly. This is, if I want to play clean stuff, this is a guitar par excellence. Now then, I'm gonna play cleanly, I think. So I'm thinking. Oh yeah. Did you? I'll use the integrated tuner to show you how it works. Right, so don't know if you can see that, but there's a built-in tuner, and it's pretty good. You can have it so you can hear it, or you can have it mute. But yeah, it works very well. Sorry about this. So if any of you got any questions, yeah, so channel B on this thing down here, yeah, goes to the recorder directly in. Now remember, there's all the modeling stuff on the recorder, so I can do this. Essentially the reason I bought this little box was because I was using this all the time just to play guitar, just to practice, just to play. And I think all the user hours I'm putting on that, 15-year-old now, I think, like digital recorder, if I had something outboard, like just the guitar stuff, the modeling and that outboard, just for practice. That's why I got that, literally as a practice device, as a toy. I did not dream that something of that price would have sounds that would compete with, the fucking Cosm software on that, which is amazing, as everybody knows. But no, that, and this is the other thing, right? I'm going to show you something, right? This is something that means a lot. See that? Made in Japan. Get me? It's a digital multi-effect made in Japan. That bears thinking about. Tell me that's not an amazingly clean sound. Oh yeah, and like, you know, this ability here, like this ability to inject a sound, like with this. Do you get me? It's like really noiseless and see what I mean? It's just the ability to sort of inject that sound noiselessly as well. There's no switch, you know, because it's on a rocker. It's wonderful. I mean, you know, I've got personal favourites. I love this sort of approximation of a small stone. Give you a shout. Look, check this reverb out on this. This is not an Accutronics. Like the Deluxe 112 has got an Accutronics. You know, the Super Champ's got like DSP. This one has got like it's like no name. Like yeah, but listen to that. Just in the 2 pickup position, without any effects or anything. Just want to let you listen to this. as well. Now I know that's like that cuts against the grain of what people like, but I actually kind of like top loaders. Yeah? I'm not just defending this. Like my old candy apple red Japanese telly was my favorite telly that I've ever had, and that was a top loader. And there are a couple of people on YouTube that were really just like saying they like the top loader and it like has an easier feel. Jimmy Page is one of the people that likes the top loader. Weird, eh? Top loader is when it comes like through the top of the bridge instead of going through the body. You know, Fender Didix is cheaper. There's something about having that ball end so close. But yeah, so like that's the sound of the Black Telly, which has got these like cheapo EMG pickups. Axle by EMG or designed by EMG. But they're actually, as you can hear, they're really all right, clean, especially. So let me have a look, see if there's anything here. All right, Angela. All right, Gangela. You're going to get a shout out when I do a proper video. You've been an extremely loyal fan. It's great to have someone that's interested in the music and actually listens to it. Really appreciate that. Ian, brilliant to have you here. I'll talk to you in a bit. Jim, I've given you my number. Yeah, right. So let me have a look at your comments. Thanks, Ian. I'll talk to you about that at some point. Thank you, Jim. The flamenco touch works. I don't know what you mean now. What, in the heavy one? Cheers. Nice Les Paul. It is, isn't it? It is. I paid 90 quid for that. That's my single cut sort of solid body. You know, that is that Les Paul bass covered. It's like what I'm really chuffed is like the first two guitars that I bought when I set this place up were like the two most vital sounds in the studio. You know, the Les Paul, the Telecaster, and you know, and I've since bought the Orange Monster, and which I'll give that play. And you know, it's like I've got lucky. You know, perhaps I should stop buying cheap, shitty firewood and just buy one decent guitar. Well, actually, I'll let you in on a secret. I'm going to do that as well. But, you know, I'm going to keep buying, like, lumps of jank. Because, I mean, look what I've done to it. I've made this mine. It didn't come with white knobs and stuff. Like, you know, these are details I'm picking out. It's like the Les Paul, that didn't come with silver knobs. You know, I'm bringing out the characters of these. I just want to, yeah. Oh, there's another video that I'll do it another time. So this obviously wants a heavy sound. I'll give it the Iron Maiden sound. But yeah, I love the Univibe, Ian. The Univibe is a wonderful effect. I've not had it like for a long time. If you ever see a Digitech Hendrix pedal, buy it. Yeah, I've seen them. I'd leave that one alone, please. Refuse to modify. Did you ever vary it? I'd leave that one alone, please. Which one's that? Which one was that? I should be watching, shouldn't I? Did you have a Variax? No. Don't delete previous work ever. No, I understand, but there's a psychological reason for that. EL34s. No. It's a single AX7 and it's two. Oh, what the ones that are in the AC30? What are they called? The but it's the same. I'm sure it's the ones that are in the AC30. I can't remember. I can't see them. They're not at hand. But oh god, I can't remember it. Oh, E6L6 no 6L6s E6L6s. Okay, right. Anyway, okay, yeah, cool. All right, Ian, you take care, mate. It'll be good to speak to you for real. Jim, I'm glad. You know, like I do like think. You know, I thought of you when I put this place together. You know, and I think, yeah, like you know, there's a spot open here to record you, mate. Like, absolutely. You know, come up here and fucking. Come bring your bloody axe. I you know, I hope you still got your Strat and your PV amp and that. You know, it's like you were getting it together, man. And the last time I walked past you when you were playing, you know, the progress is amazing. Like fucking, you are a good sounding player, you know. And I can hear my influence. Like I know that you think like the discussions that we've had, and I can actually hear you putting it into practice in your own way, you know. And it's like you have got a recognizable sound of your own now, you know. Yes, fucking. I just hope you get an outlet for it. Like, you know, I'm lucky. I write my own songs and all that shit, and I can. So I got an outlet, even on my own. I've got an outlet, even with none of this, and just an acoustic. You know, I've got an outlet that I'm happy with, and yeah. Sorry. I'm going to take the pickup out of the neck, and I'm going to put this. Oh, where's it gone? I'm going to put this in. You like this? Because there's not a lot of sound difference. I've messed around with the heights and that. There's not, you know, it's warmer, lower. But basically, if I back the tone and the volume off, I get much the same thing. So yeah, I think it's not that, you know, there's not enough difference compared to what I could do, is what I'm saying. So, bonk. This is a P90 that fits in a humbucker. It's called a Fat 90, and it's made by Iron Gear. And it's a wonderful little pickup that was given to me by the remarkable Luke Baker of Beyond Driven. Great band if you want to check him out. But I think that's the chap. Got a fat single coil in there. That'll be warm as hell. Imagine that with the woman tone. And it'll be a huge contrast from that, which will give this guitar so much more of a voice. Yeah, that pickup in the bridge is what I use all the time. That's what I record with. That's the sound. I use it all the time. I could totally live without a neck pickup. So whatever's there's a bonus. So let's have something a bit different. Gives it a sound. Okay. And I'm interested to know what that does. And because that's supposed to go in the bridge, sticking it in the neck, like it'll be high, really high output, will match that for volume. Not that that's something I look for. I actually I very much like it when, with a guitar like this. So I'm in bridge pickup position. I'm James Hetfield chugging away. And then it's guitar solo time, and I just flick that switch, and it's like there is a volume disparity. It's a hell of a lot quieter. Well, it completely changes the nature, you know, of how it dances with the front end of your amp or whatever. You know, there's less gain, a different type of gain, the touch sensitivity, all the aspects of the coil. It's immediately cleaner. Now, that is useful in certain bits of riff where you're and then no pedals, nothing, just click that. And it, you know, that's why I actually like the volume disparity in these sorts of setups. I actually engineer it in. This is my custom set from Dave Walsh at Eternal Guitars Hot Rod Pickups. Wonderful. Not only the best pair of pickups I've owned, they're the best I've ever heard. And I'm not just saying that. I believe that. They're exactly what I want. Put a white cover on that single coil. But yeah, I know it's a bit bizarre. Cream and white zebra. I know it's probably not your cup of tea, but I like it. It's something very different. Can you see that? Cream and white. It's something very different. And I love it. But the sound, it's just to die for. It growls, it's tight, it's fat, it's heavy, it does everything I want. But then that single coil, it's like, it's Dave Gilmour, Momentary Lapse of Thunder, which I was amazed to learn were actually EMGs, you know, like the things that the ones in the Telecaster are copies of. But yeah, you know. So yeah, so you got like the guitar goes into that one thing, so it goes either into the amp or into the recorder. I'm going to get an ABY box soon, which will allow me to do either or both. At the moment, I can't do both. But one thing I can do, which I didn't know, is I can reverse it. So I can use it to put two guitars setups into one rig, which is also useful. Alrighty. Oh, the choke on that. I love these pickups. So yeah, that with that a bit more voice, a bit more versatility, give it an actual. I mean, can you imagine that? You can just dive. I would say it'd be like diving from thrash into blues. It'd be interesting. One of the things I enjoy is how different guitars, you know, sort of inspire different songs and different feelings and things within oneself. So yeah, I don't know what the audio's like. Let's see if there's any questions. Remind me of old times. Still got my Stratton amp. I'm so fucking glad. I love you too, Ian. I'm so fucking glad, Jim. Yeah, we'll come and get you when we come down if you like. And we're in a van, so just bung it all in. Stay here as long as you like, or short as you like. We'll bring you back. Once the lockdown's eased or whatever, I don't know whether that's permissible yet or not, but yeah, so this is the place. So have a little look around, I guess. So like behind me, that's the door. That's the door to out there. Yeah. Wonder if the dog's about. Mimi! Mia! I'll get the dog up to say hello. So this is the wall. Telecast is a bit fucked, needs another neck. Like, so it's something I might do. At the moment, it's just like a wall of, thing. That does work. It's in drop D. It's just an attic find. That my girlfriend found in a hedge. And this is the classical guitar that Stone Pillar gave me. Those from my artworks. So yeah, that's the room. I've got cool lights for night time. That's the place. Keyboard is the thing. It's the setup. Look, you're getting the gist. There's the window. So the laptop was there. So I got the gist. It's tiny, tiny, tiny. My little hutch. But it's my little hutch. It's my little hutch. So yeah, the classical from Stone Pillar. This is something I'm working on. That's basically it. I mean, I float it into other things, but as yet, that's just a little hook. Now, typical day, I wake up really early. I'm down to 55 mils now of the old devil juice. I was on 90 mils when I came here a year ago, 1 year and 1 week ago, because it was my girlfriend's birthday. So we remember very easily what date it was when I moved up, and I've been up here a year and a week now. And yeah, I was on 90 mils when I came up here, and I'm on 55 now, and I'm pushing on. And I haven't had a single pipe or chase or hit or any of that at all, like in that year. I don't know anybody around here, although it wouldn't be difficult. It goes right on outside the window. I can hear them scoring. But yeah, that's the process. I spend all my time doing that. It's the layout of the studio at the minute, very modular, so that it's kind of all there, which is cool. But and everything's stored there and under that chair. There's a chair for another person, so 2 people can work in here. It'll be a bit of a sweat, but I can open the window. It'll be all right. I'm gonna get a strap. I really want to get a proper Fender strap, a Fender strap. I'm gonna put that on it. Demarcio bridge, massive, and I've put proper vintage saddles on it, not the big lumpen things that it came with, but the proper classic vintage bent bits of wire saddles, the ones that have got the tone and they're, you know, dirty and rusty. But look at that big lump. So it's like a badass bridge, but for a Strat, and it's a tremolo. Okay. I'm going to do a Strat that's the same as my ESP one, but it's going to be Fender, and it's going to be the perfect one guitar. It's going to be like the Nuclear Apocalypse guitar. It's not going to be predictable colors. I would like very like car colors, because the original concept of the Fender Strat was like these DuPont car colors. So it'll be a modern Fender Strat. I want modern car colors. So think in terms of like some of the softer and more interesting metallics that there are. And then if you look at like the scratch plates that you can get now, man, come on, crazy. And also, you know, with my love of the traditional, imagine that, like, you know, I'd be on a interesting scratch plate. Anyway, there's another guitar in the works on the way. Interesting. And continues the same vein. Okay, now my battery's running low. I've just been warned. I'm going to plug in, actually, so that we don't lose in the midstream. Okay. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? I'm happy, I'm healthy. The heart is so much better. So much better. It's got a bit quick. I've been hyperactive talking to you, and I will do more videos. I'll have to use like my girlfriend's Kindle, and it's terrible, and it's a major hassle. And a couple of times I've used it, and I've lost what I was doing while trying to transfer it onto the laptop here to then put it onto YouTube. It's been a major bum, and I don't like doing it. And it keeps dumping everything off of the Kindle instantly into the tablet. So, you know, I don't want all that. So it's like, I've been quite happy to not do videos for a bit, although I should have done. Because it's like, I think some people find them like, you know, there's a therapy to listening to like actual live-ish music. I mean, it was done recently, very recently, and it's like, it's very much like handcrafted me to you. And it's funny because like the channels that I look out and support, you know, I like the ones that have got like less followers. You know, I like to feel like my support's making a difference. So like, you know, you know, I know what, you know, I should do what I'm doing. I should do what I'm doing. It has a place. It might as well. You know, there's a lot of shabbier players out there doing it, and I might as well just push what I'm doing. But yeah, as you can hear, I've given you a sneaky peek of something that I'm recording at the minute. There's something going to come out of that. I'm happy with the quality. I've just got to do it properly. It's like I don't need masses of gear. I could do with a mixing desk, but I don't need masses of gear. Just the stuff that I can afford and am affording and am getting. No problem at all. Everything's in hand. I'm happy as Larry. So, yeah, there'll be news this week. More studio bits. More than likely another guitar. I'll probably do a video then. But I'm also going to do a Gorilla Gig podcast. And Gangela, definitely going to give you a shout, love. Your support's been proper amazing. Jim, can't tell you how much it means to see you. No, I don't. Look good. I look sweaty. It's hot, and you know I don't like the heat. And I'm waffling and making me sweat. But, I want to get back to playing the guitar now. You know, I've really enjoyed doing this. It's like I needed to do it. I'm ever so glad you come along. And we'll do this again. I'll catch you next time. All right, stay healthy. I had one of my vaccine, by the way. No ill effects or anything. All good. But I want to do gigs, and they are going to do that bloody vac. You know that's coming, right? All right. If there's anything in particular you think I should do, like guitar lessons, like one-track guitar jams that you could practice lead over, more stuff about how I do things, like the process, or fly on the wall, watching me record. If there's anything in particular you'd like to see, say so. But I fucking love you too, Jim. Like, to the ends of the earth. You've got to come up here, man. Like this is just this one room. Like you'd have a cushy place to skip and all that downstairs, a big long sofa. You're all cool. Next to the bearded dragon, actually. Did the dog come up? Mimi, come and say hello. Mia, Mimi. I'll rustle a packet. That'll get her up. Mimi. Yeah, she's coming. But yeah, definitely, I'd love that. Mimi, come here, come here. Here you are, look. I'm gonna say hello. Mimi, what you been doing? Tell me all about it. Or not. You've been at the bread. Go on, off you go. I'll catch up with you in a bit. Okay. I love you guys. You make all this totally worthwhile. And stay healthy. Look after yourselves. And I am on the other end. If you find me on Facebook, I am on the other end of the screen. You can always. Times are tough, and you can always talk to me. Like deadly serious. Times are tough, and you can always talk to me. All right.